Let's create a sublimation design without any fancy software. The first step in creating the sublimation design is setting up your document. From the Canva homepage, what we're gonna do is go to the top right corner, we're gonna go to create a design. What I end up doing is creating a 15 by 15 inch design. So we're gonna drop down to custom size, and we're going to change this little drop down menu first. If you don't change this, it's going to convert whatever it is that you're typing in into pixels. So we want to click that and we want to change it to inches. I'm gonna go 15 by 15 and we're gonna go to create a design. This is gonna open up a blank document just like this. So the easiest way to bring in all the elements that you're gonna want for this graphic is actually to go over to the left-hand side, go to elements, which is that second button on the left-hand side, and we're going to type in to the search bar, Sketchify with a colon, watercolor mermaid. Everything that appears here is going to change. So we're gonna go to see all, and this is gonna bring up all of the mermaid related items within the Sketchify thing. Now the pieces that you're looking for are gonna be these items here. You have the watercolor mermaid crown, the watercolor mermaid with a party hat, the watercolor mermaid hat, the birthday cake, and then this last piece here is actually by another designer. So for this one, you would type in Crin Studio watercolor element. In order to add the elements to your document, all you really have to do is just tap on the items themselves and it will automatically populate on your canvas. So go ahead and add everything in. So now that we have our 4 main clip art pieces, what we need to do now is actually bring in our background. Crin Studio light blue and purple splash. And again, just clicking on the element will put it onto your screen. So now that we have all of our elements on screen, what we need to do is start resizing and playing around with our placement. I'm going to grab this background and I'm going to drag it out as far as I can. And I'm actually going to send this all the way to the back. In order to send it to the back, you just have to right click and then you can go send to back, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control Alt and then like the little bracket thing, but this way. So the first open bracket. So we'll just send it to the back, and now we have our background. We're going to lock this in place so that I don't accidentally click it and drag it around. Now I'm going to grab my cake and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger, and I'm also going to send this backwards. Now for this one, because there's multiple elements on the screen now, I don't want to send this all the way to the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to use the left open hard like boxy bracket and just tap that until it's behind all of the elements outside of that main background piece. I'm going to lock that piece in place now, and I'm going to grab our mermaid. I'm going to tilt her just a little bit, and then we're going to resize her so that she fills up more of the design. Now I don't want her to have this little pink hat, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab this hat, and when we click on it, you can see that a little circle with like arrows pops up underneath it. So we're going to grab that and rotate it just a little bit, and we're going to resize it until it covers up the party hat that's there, but still lets you see some of the little pearls. You can also use the zoom slider at the bottom if you want to get closer. So now that I have the party hat in position, I'm gonna go ahead and slide back on out. So we got our crown in there, and we're just gonna kind of play with it, the placement of it, center the thing. And what we need to do now is holding control and using that first open like boxy graphic, we're just gonna send it behind the candle and the cake. What we're gonna do is on the left hand side, we're gonna click on text, and this is gonna bring us to our text menu. We're just gonna click on any random text, and we're going to stretch this out. And you can scroll through all of these fonts to find which font is going to best suit your project. Apricots tends to be a really cute and fun kind of font, so we're gonna go with birthday. And by clicking on this thing, you can either drag it using the handles, or you can use the plus and minus arrows towards the top of the screen and increase the size of this. Now, as you increase the size of this, keep in mind you are going to need to drag like the little hot dog style sliders out to make more room for it. The easiest thing for me is just dragging the handle or like the little circle handles on the edges. So we're going to put this kind of over top of our entire design. And then we, in order to get the curved text situation going on, what we're going to do is we are going to go up to effects, and then we are going to go over on the left hand side to curve. Now it's immediately going to try to put it on like a circle curve, but that's too harsh for me. So what I'm going to do is use this slider down here and kind of drag it out. In this font, a 58 seems pretty decent. So using those same like bounding box things, I'm just going to stretch that out just a little bit. Actually, that's too much. Alright, so now that we've got that text, I'm actually going to shrink this part of the crown so that you can't see this bottom section. Just kind of move it up. And move this entire thing up just a little bit. Now I want birthday behind those candles. So holding control and using the brackets, I'm just going to send that to the back. And I'm actually going to change this color. Now I'm going to pick a color that's kind of going to complement the overall like vibe, like the purples and the blues and things like that. So in order to do that, I'm going to go over to the rainbow color wheel square thing, and then I'm going to click on this eyedropper tool. And from here, we can kind of pull in just about any color from the overall document. I think I might go just a tad bit darker. And I want this to be duplicated so that I can put a lighter color on top. So again, using that color wheel eyedrop thing, I'm going to pull in. So I'm going to pull in this pink color and then just move it just off a little bit. And then I'm going to duplicate it once more because I want to create like an outline kind of thing. So duplicating it and dragging down the top layer, I'm going to select our pink, go back to effects, and on the left hand side I'm going to hit hollow. Now this is going to create an outline. In order to change the thickness of this outline, you kind of just drag this slider here, and then if you want to change the color, go up to the top where your font toolbar is and click on the text itself, like the little A with the color up underneath it. And let's pull in, not that blue. Go to the rainbow color wheel, eyedropper tool. Let's go with one of these blues over here. And then pull our pink back up. I don't think that's actually dark enough. So clicking back on that. So now that we have our top text done, we're going to select everything, copy and paste it, and I'm going to remove the curved effect. I'm going to click inside of here and just type out girl, and you'll notice that each layer changes. So now we have our girl text down here. Clicking on the mermaid just so that we can lock it and we can just play with the text itself. I'm going to send all of this birthday text behind our candles. Let's move the crown over here, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'm liking the crown. We'll just bring some coral in. It's not terrible. Like I don't, not like completely in love with it, but also like don't hate it, if that makes sense. Maybe rotate this a little bit. Definitely not that. How we make this white? That looks better. So changing this back to white. And then Alright, so here I actually started going a little off script. I'll be honest with you, I considered redoing this entire video because what I thought I was going to create actually ended up not being anywhere close to where I thought we were headed. I decided to keep it, mostly because this just goes to show that even the best laid out plans don't go according to plan, and it's okay because you can change and adapt as you go. So in order to save this design, all you want to do is go to the top right hand corner and hit share. A drop down menu is going to pop up. You're going to slide on down to download, and we're going to change it from a PNG to a PDF, best for printing. We're going to keep the RGB color profile thing, and then we're just going to download. Once a screen pops up that asks you where you want to save it, make sure that you're saving it wherever it is that you're going to remember it. And then I'm going to pull this up in Photoshop to show you guys what this is going to look like. So here's our document inside of Photoshop. I'm going to go up to image and canvas size and image size so that you guys can see. It's still that 15 by 15 inches, and it still has that 300 pixels per inch thing, which is what we want for a good high quality print. If you're interested in seeing more sublimation walkthroughs, be sure to check out this video here.